Hi guys, welcome to the Corner Taken Quickly podcast. With me here is Neeraj and Arun. How are you guys doing and how's your game week? Starting off with Neeraj.
I'm good, man. I'm good, and my game week was also very nice. I entered the 100 club. I scored, I think, 103 or something,
Amazing.
and yeah, it was the very first time. So I'm that person who has never made Bruno the captain, but for this game week, I made him the captain because he had like 3 games, and I think he gave me decent returns for that. So, क्योंकि see, like if I hadn't made him my captain now, then other people would have. I mean, his existence would have been very futile in my team. If he wasn't the captain, then there was no point of having him. So I was just like, fine. Like there's like one Manchester United player in my team. I'll just make him the captain for this game week, and he paid off. But ठीक है.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a good game week, I would say.
amazing. Arun, what about you?
Hi guys. Yeah, my game week was also good. Yeah, I mean, 100 club to cross kiya hai. And obviously Bruno was captain, like Neeraj pointed out, 3 fixtures. Even though we knew that he's not going to play one out of the three, he could play two. So we'd still captain him because you never know with United, and United get a lot of penalties as well. So and Bruno is always on target with that. So that was good. Apart from that, my punt on Benteke worked. He scored in both the games. And I was lucky enough that Kabak didn't play both matches, so Dallas came on for me with the 9 points, and also got lucky with Mendy's penalty save. So yeah, I guess I got very lucky with my picks this week, and 118 points is a good return. So I'm happy with my game week.
Wow.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. Even I scored 129 points by taking a -4 hit. But
Okay.
frankly speaking, I had six United and Liverpool players. So three of United and three of Liverpool. So that
Did you
cancelled
use bench
hit me a
boost?
lot.
Did you use bench boost for
No,
anything?
man. Already had used it up by game week 26. So, but on my bench, I had like 26 points or 27 points. That was fucking irritating. But
Oh,
yeah, apart from that, it was a
okay.
fine game week. I made DCL the captain. Return, but I was expecting a bit more. Had he put that shot against Aston Villa in the 89th minute or something, it could have been a different story. Yeah. But coming to the next game week, since it was a double game week for many of the teams, Leicester, Chelsea, and United, and there was one more team. Which one?
Arsenal.
Arsenal as well.
Arsenal are having
Arsenal doesn't have a game.
blank game week. So
Yeah.
yeah, so these teams are having the blank game week. So many of the managers are taking many hits. How many of the hits would you guys prefer to take, and what players to punt on for this game week? Neeraj, starting off with you.
So, see, honestly, I mean, I don't really care which game week it is, but I never recommend taking more than -4. Like -4 is the maximum that you can take. So, I mean, and if you find the need, okay, there can be only two reasons for you to think about taking more than two hits. Okay, that one could be that your players got injured, and the second one could be that you were not sensible enough to make changes before that week, and that's why you have to make more than two now. So I wouldn't recommend more than two again, because these are like the crucial times, and you never know. I mean, -4 is okay; it's still acceptable, and you can compensate for that. You can compensate. Your players can compensate for that. But if you're taking a -8, then many people don't realize, like, to get that thing compensated, the player that you're getting in, he has to score a goal, and he has to do a lot. Okay, he has to do a lot in the field to compensate for that. So -8 is it's not recommended at all. I would say -4.
Yeah, but who are your picks then for the game week coming in? I've heard from a lot of
Um,
FPL managers that they are bringing in Mahrez to captain against Newcastle. That was one thing that was quite trending. But who's your
yeah,
captain? And
Mahrez will probably start, and I think this one. West Ham has a game against who? Who's West Ham playing?
they are playing Brighton.
Brighton.
They are playing Brighton.
Yeah, so I think that West Ham can Antonio can be a good pick. I feel
Yeah,
Antonio can be a nice pick. Yeah,
yeah.
so I would recommend maybe Antonio. Mahrez again, dude. See, I've had enough Manchester City players on my team until now, okay, and I've suffered, like I've paid the price for that. Uh, just hold on. And I've kind of paid the price for that. I mean, well, like Manchester City players don't come without a price, and it's not just the price that you're paying in FPL, but you never know if they're going to start or not because of the
Yeah.
Pep ruling. So I don't know. Again, I will still not recommend a Manchester City player because again they have already won the league, and I don't think that they really have to put in their 100% in today's game. They'll just play some young guys such as maybe okay, yeah, Mahrez will probably start, but I don't see Manchester City putting in their everything. So I would rather recommend someone like Antonio as the captain because West Ham has a lot to play for. They have a lot to play for right now, and um, you never know if the other results go in their favor, and if they finish on a high, if in the concluding stages of the league, if they do really well, then you never know. They might actually end up. They might end up stealing a place in the UCL.
Yeah.
So I think they have a lot to play for. So they would be putting in much more efforts than what Manchester City would be doing.
Right.
And I'm talking about all the players over here. So again, Mahrez is not recommended. I would say Antonio.
Yeah. And Arun, what about you?
Okay, yeah. So I think Neeraj spoke a lot about having Manchester City players. Agreed with the fact that you have to pay a price, for hoping that they start or not. But I think at the end of the season, I think they, overall they just compensate for them not have them starting in games because they give that many points. Like I remember Srinath once captaining Cancelo against West Brom, and he just gave him like 34 points or something. That was like such a brilliant move that works. So with Manchester City, you need to be like very careful, and you need to accept the fact that everyone will have players from Man City, and they will not be starting every game. So that's fine. Because if you go without Man City players, I mean, you could fall down ranks very early in the season. Anyway, for the blank and Chelsea United, Leicester, and Arsenal are not playing. See, so I would never recommend to go -4 unless you really are going for an attacker. If you're going for a defensive change, then I don't think -4 should be taken. Like I agree to Neeraj's point, only if they are injured or something. But I have actually gone against what I usually, preach in FPL by going -12 this week. Okay, actually, I have a semi-final in my mini league that I need to prepare for, and Game Week 36 is the perfect time where I can set my team up for my semi-finals in Game Week 37. So that's why I went with the -12, and I had to remove all those players who were blanking except for Bruno. So I think that's the reason why. Punt picks, I think Antonio is a brilliant shout by Neeraj, and I also would go for Antonio. And I think another player that I would pick is Luka Dean. He's playing Sheffield and Wolves in the next two games. Sheffield already relegated,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Wolves are not in form. Luka Dean gives attacking returns, and they kept two clean sheets in the double game week. So I think Luka Dean is a
yeah,
brilliant option. For those who don't have the cash, Ben Godfrey is there. He's a great option too, and He's been started the last six games. So I think Ben Godfrey or Luka Dean. If you have the cash, then just go for Luka Dean. Don't think he's a really good option. So these are my two players.
Luka Luka
Yeah.
Dean is there on my team as well.
Yeah.
He's really fruitful. He's a fruitful player. He fetches you a lot of points.
And that too against Sheffield United, they concede a lot of
Yeah,
goals through
yeah,
headers any which way. So
yeah,
having him
yeah,
and
yeah.
DCL would be the
So
perfect combination.
and plus, I think Luka Dean puts in a lot of crosses as well. Like, he puts
Yeah,
in some
that's what.
very
Yeah,
nice crosses. And I think even if he doesn't end up scoring, he's always like you always get something out of him.
Yeah,
You
some
end up
bonus point or
getting
something.
bonus or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
get bonus or something out of him because like from that perspective, from those statistics, I think he's always one of the best players on the field.
yeah.
So Luka Dean is a great pick actually, not for the captain, but yeah, someone that you really need to have on your team.
But only problem with the Everton assets are that first of all, after this game week they'll be playing Wolves again, who are really unpredictable. I'm not saying that you
Yeah,
should not be bringing them in, but you just have to be careful considering the fact that they just have one good fixture with Sheffield. Then post that they are facing Wolves
yeah,
and Man City, which are
yeah,
reasonably tricky, especially the Man City game. where they might end up conceding, and players who have managers who have doubled up on the Everton assets, for instance, or tripled up for that matter, would somewhere down the line have problems in maybe benching them, or they have to use a transfer in game week 38 to
Yeah,
get rid of their Everton assets. So that is
yeah.
one drawback maybe. But apart from that, yeah, even I took a -8 this time around. Generally, I'm not of the advice that you should be taking hits. Rather, I'm considerably a very conservative manager. But although I just wanted to ensure that my rank is maintained, I'm somewhere around 80,000 right now. So hopefully, I'll be going in with differential captains, for instance, Trent Alexander-Arnold, which will be coming later on the next segment. Yeah, but that's my thought process about the current rank of mine. So I wanted to maintain. I had Kane nor did I have Son. So I had at least one to bring in, so that I don't ensure that there is any decrease in the rank. Yeah. But coming to the captaincy picks, Neeraj, who do you think is the best captain?
Antonio. I would say Antonio. I mean, I have Harry Kane as well. I don't remember who's playing against Tottenham. Who's going against Tottenham this
They are
weekend?
playing Wolves.
Yeah, they're playing Wolves, right? So I wouldn't. I have Harry Kane on my team. I'm a big fan of Harry Kane, but I wouldn't recommend Harry Kane right now because since the time Ryan Mason has come in, Harry Kane has not really been able to, get it at the back of the net. And I think if you're going for some Spurs player, try to go with Son at the moment
Yeah.
because I don't know, like since the time Harry Kane got injured also, and since the time he has returned from the injury, he has not really been himself, at least like in the last 2 game weeks or something.
Yeah.
So if you have Harry Kane and Antonio, I would say Antonio because.
Yeah.
Antonio and over here, I think Everton. If you have Everton players, you can go for Sigurdsson as well. Sigurdsson is a
Yeah.
good player.
Yeah.
Sigurdsson can be a good pick. He's a differential, of course. I mean, not a very ubiquitous option for everyone, but can be good and can be different and can boost up your ranks. Because I think Sigurdsson is does I think Sigurdsson also takes penalties for Everton and
And he's very good with the set pieces. So yeah,
he's very good with set pieces. He's involved in a lot of goals.
yeah,
So yeah, Sigurdsson can be a good pick. Sigurdsson is a nice.
fair point. Arun, what about you? Who do you think are the best captaincy options this game week?
Okay, so the most obvious point, not a point, I'm sorry, the most obvious option for me would be Salah. I think Salah has been actually of late performing better away from home than at Anfield. If you look at his last, he scored a goal yesterday. He also gave 8 points against Arsenal, and he's been regularly giving points away from home. He scored a goal at Leicester, and so he's done the job away from home. So I think Salah is a good captain to have for those who are at the top. For those who are chasing their mini leagues, I think captaining Antonio or DCL, I think would help you climb up the ranks because the managers who play safe will obviously go for Kane or Salah, but DCL
Yeah,
and
exactly.
DCL and Antonio are good. I would even recommend managers who have Trent to go for him as captain. Srinath, you
Yeah,
have Trent. I think you
Yeah.
should go for Trent captain this game week. Just as a point, not and actually not a point. He gave 2 assists yesterday, so he's actually a good captaincy option. And Liverpool played very well yesterday, so I think
yeah,
you should go for Trent
and
if
and
you.
and I think Liverpool will put in a lot. In the
Yeah.
last 3 game weeks, I think that Liverpool will really perform well.
Especially
And
Yep,
given the fact
that
that they're
that is
chasing
true.
the top four, and that
yeah,
West Brom haven't
because
been that
that's
impressive
the
since
only
they were
option, right?
relegated.
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly. I mean, see, usually all these bottom teams are vicious when they are fighting relegation. But when you already know that you have been relegated, I don't think that there's actually any point of. See, there's always a point to win, but they don't play the way they play when they are fighting relegation. Like after they get relegated, they don't play the same way.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. So I think yeah, I mean, and Liverpool, of course, I mean, it's pretty much do or die for them.
yeah,
They get in the top four, they get UCL, otherwise they get to play in Europa, and I'm sure that Klopp would not like that. Klopp definitely doesn't want to play in Europa.
Exactly.
He wants UCL at least, and I think that's uh, as of now it's a realistic goal for them. Okay, and they have 3 games I think, and Chelsea has 2. So they're in the reach. They're in the reach of. They're not that far off. Okay, they don't need things to. They don't need the tables to turn as much as other teams do. Other teams who are chasing UCL do. Like for West Ham needs maybe Chelsea to drop more points than what Liverpool needs. Like Liverpool just needs Chelsea to drop 1 or 2 points. That's it. Like they want Chelsea to draw probably. But for West Ham, West Ham basically wants Chelsea to lose. So I think the best team that is positioned, the best positioned team right now for a qualification in UCL is Liverpool, and you should trust Liverpool players in
Yeah.
these last 3 games, like in these last 3 game weeks.
Especially given the fixtures. Yeah.
Yeah. Looking at the fixture, I think West Brom and 2 teams
Yeah,
that
they're playing Crystal Palace maybe. I'm not sure, but they're having quite
Yeah.
easy
I
fixtures.
mean,
I'll just
yeah,
let you know which
exactly. I mean,
fixtures are they facing,
yeah, they're basically playing the teams,
which are already on the beach.
which are really inferior compared to them, at least on the paper strength. Okay,
Yeah, they
at
are
least
playing
on
Burnley and
even
Crystal
the
Palace the next 2 game weeks. So
they're playing Burnley and Crystal Palace. Again, Burnley has nothing to do because Burnley is in a same Premier League. They're not fighting relegation. Crystal Palace, same logic applied over there. They're not fighting for top 10. They are not fighting for anything. They know where they are actually going to finish. So they might as well try out some new things. They might experiment, these teams. So these teams will actually experiment. I mean, it's usually the top team which experiments, but in this case, it can be Burnley and Crystal Palace who might just try and experiment some new formations and try to get in some new players instead of the mainstream ones. And so yeah, Liverpool can be trusted for the last 3 games.
even Leeds, actually, for that matter. I was just going through the
Yeah.
management style of Bielsa. He's a kind
Yeah.
of a manager who doesn't believe in the concept of reaches. So he'll
Yeah.
never let your team settle down. He'll always push,
And
make your team
Leeds
push.
is fighting for Leeds.
No,
Leeds are still in the contention for Conference League, right? For UEFA Conference League.
no, they are already
The
12th or 13th. So they maybe
No, I think Leeds are 10th right now. Leeds are 10th and they are like at 50 points. And I mean, if they end up winning all their remaining games, I think they have 3 games left too. So they can be in the position to qualify for the UEFA Conference League, which would be a very good achievement for Leeds United compared to, like, considering the fact that they have just been promoted.
yeah.
So I think Leeds can try for that. Leeds can try for UEFA Conference League. And on contrary, I don't think that Arsenal fans would be happy with UEFA Conference League because I feel that Arsenal fans really, really they want time away from European competition so that they could solely focus on Premier League and try to like they want the resurgence to start.
Yeah.
They wanted to start somewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
And the best method to do that would be to get good amount of game time.
Yeah.
So I think Arsenal should not really aim for any European competition, but they should just go out there on the field and try to play good football.
Yeah.
So that they end on a high, they conclude the season on a high, and the next season when they come in with the same confidence.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that should be the main goal for Arsenal. Like they should be completely oblivious to the fact that what's happening are they qualifying for the UEFA Conference League or not? Because they should be targeting for much better things next season.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
That was it, guys. That was it for Blank Game Week 36. Hopefully, you liked this podcast, and hopefully, you guys, Neeraj and Arun, have a good game week ahead and a great end to the season.
Same to you, man. Same to you.
Yeah, thank you. And Arun and Neeraj, thank you so much for joining us in. And all the best for everyone who are having their team set up and taking the hits. Hopefully, your players perform. So, thank you so much for joining us. And till the next time.
Bye guys. Best of luck.